What's up, Steelers Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we talk everything Pittsburgh Steelers. We're on a mission this season, getting better every day to bring that Lombardi trophy back to the Steel City. Now, before we dive into today's hot topic, do me a favor. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Steelers news and insider updates. Your support helps us keep this community thriving. Today's headline: a major off-season decision that has everyone talking, the Steelers' choice to decline Najee Harris's fifth-year option. What does it mean for the team, Harris, and the 2024 season? Let's break it all down. In a move that caught many by surprise, the Steelers chose not to pick up Najee Harris's fifth-year option for 2025. Instead of locking in a guaranteed $6.79 million, the team is essentially letting Harris play out the 2024 season before deciding whether to commit to him long-term. This decision has sparked a ton of debate. On one hand, it's seen as a calculated risk by the front office, aligning with the philosophy of newly appointed offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. Smith's system is all about a physical, run-heavy identity, and the Steelers are evaluating if Harris is the long-term answer for this approach. On the other hand, some fans and analysts feel Harris has already proven his worth as the centerpiece of the Steelers' ground attack. What's your take, Steelers Nation? Let us know in the comments as we keep rolling through the details. From a front office perspective, this move gives the Steelers flexibility. By declining the fifth-year option, they avoid being locked into a high price tag while assessing how Harris performs under Arthur Smith's revamped offense. It's a gamble, but it also ensures the team isn't overcommitting until they see Harris thrive in the system. Harris's production has been solid since he was drafted in 2021, with consistent rushing numbers and a workhorse mentality. However, critics point to his yards per carry average, which has hovered around a league average level. While Harris's durability and ability to grind out tough yards have been invaluable, the Steelers may want to see him take his game to the next level in a more efficient scheme. For Harris, this decision could be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, he's essentially betting on himself, with the potential to secure a lucrative contract in free agency if he excels in 2024. On the other hand, it places immense pressure on him to deliver. One of the most intriguing reactions to this decision came from none other than Jon Gruden, who recently joined Barstool Sports as a football analyst. On a recent episode of Shredline, Gruden didn't hold back his admiration for Harris. "They have all kinds. I love Najee Harris," Gruden said. "He is going to be an unrestricted free agent, and if somehow I can get a job next year, I'm going to sign that big son of a bee because I just love him." Now, whether Gruden lands another head coaching job is anyone's guess. But his praise highlights how highly regarded Harris is around the league. Gruden emphasized Harris's reliability and durability, qualities that are rare in today's NFL running backs. He even brushed off criticism about Harris's efficiency, focusing instead on his ability to carry an offense and play through adversity. Let's zoom out for a moment. The decision not to exercise the fifth-year option puts Harris in a contract year, and we all know how players tend to elevate their game when there's a big payday on the line. Could this extra motivation push Harris to deliver his best season yet? Arthur Smith's system is tailor-made for a player like Harris, who thrives on physicality and volume. With Kenny Pickett growing as a passer and the offensive line looking more cohesive, the table is set for Harris to shine. But if he falters, the Steelers may explore other options in free agency or the draft. If Harris hits the open market, he'll be a hot commodity. Analysts project he could command between $8 to $10 million annually, significantly more than the $6.79 million the Steelers would have paid with the fifth-year option. This puts Pittsburgh in a tricky spot. Will they be willing to match that kind of offer, or will they let Harris walk and invest elsewhere? The 2024 offseason saw several high-profile running backs land big deals, signaling that the position still holds value for the right player. Harris's performance this season will dictate whether he joins that elite tier or faces a more modest market. For now, the Steelers are focused on the present. Harris remains the workhorse back, and his contributions will be critical as Pittsburgh battles for an AFC North title and a deep playoff run. But the clock is ticking. Every carry, every yard, and every touchdown in 2024 will shape the narrative surrounding Harris's future in Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, fans are left wondering, is this a calculated move by the front office, or a risky gamble that could backfire? Will Harris rise to the occasion and prove he's worth a long-term deal? The stakes couldn't be higher. Let's rewind a bit. At the start of the season, many were skeptical about Russell Wilson's fit in Pittsburgh. He was coming off a rocky stint with the Denver Broncos, and when the Steelers brought him in on a one-year deal, it felt like a gamble. But oh, how the tables have turned! Wilson has not only silenced the doubters but has also emerged as a potential long-term solution for the Steelers' offense. His Week 14 performance against the Browns was nothing short of impressive. Without his star wide receiver, George Pickens, who was sidelined with a hamstring injury, Wilson still managed to deliver. He threw 2 clutch touchdown passes, one to Pat Freiermuth and another to Van Jefferson, both in the red zone, an area that had been a challenge for him earlier this season. These weren't just routine throws, they were pinpoint accurate passes under pressure, showcasing the poise and leadership that Wilson brings to the table. They don't make a lot of mistakes, they get to the line, they're pretty good on third down. I think Pittsburgh's going to have a hard time in a division with Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and even Jameis Winston. They have to sign him. They missed their star, but they beat a division rival, and he just doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And he's right. The AFC North is no joke. With powerhouse quarterbacks like Burrow and Jackson in the mix, having a steady and reliable leader like Wilson gives the Steelers their best shot at sustained success. But here's the catch. Russell Wilson is on a one-year contract, and so is Justin Fields, the quarterback who started the season while Wilson recovered from a calf injury. Fields played well, helping the team to a 4-2 start, but since Wilson has taken over, it's clear that this offense has reached a new level. The Steelers now face a tough decision. Can they afford to keep Wilson, especially with so many teams around the league desperate for a quarterback? Wilson's current situation is unique. The Denver Broncos are still paying a significant portion of his old contract, which allowed the Steelers to sign him on favorable terms. But that won't be the case next season. If the Steelers want to keep him, they'll need to pony up, and fast. Analysts estimate that Wilson could command a hefty contract extension, but with his proven track record and newfound synergy with the Steelers' offense, he's worth every penny. It's no secret that Pittsburgh is a blue-collar city with a no-nonsense football culture. So when Wilson, often labeled as a diva in his Denver days, came into the fold, many wondered if he'd mesh with the Steelers' ethos. But Wilson has defied all expectations. His humility, work ethic, and positive attitude have endeared him to both the team and the city. Even his teammates can't stop singing his praises. After the win against the Browns, Wilson credited the team's intense practice sessions under head coach Mike Tomlin for their success. "Our practices feel like games every day. That's an advantage to us. That's a tribute to Coach Tomlin and how we go about our business. We're always prepared." Wilson's leadership extends beyond the field. He's a calming presence in the locker room, a mentor to younger players, and a quarterback who thrives in high-pressure situations. For the first time since Ben Roethlisberger's retirement, the Steelers feel like they have a legitimate shot at contending for the AFC North title, and maybe more. All right, Steelers family, it's time to weigh in. What do you think about the decision to decline Najee Harris's fifth-year option? Is it a smart move to keep the team's options open, or should the Steelers have locked him in for 2025? And how do you see Harris performing in this critical season? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, what do you think about John Gruden's comments? Could you see Harris thriving under a different coach if he ends up leaving Pittsburgh? Drop your hot takes. We want to hear it all. That's all for today, Steelers Nation. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a beat. We're bringing you all the latest news, rumors, and analysis as we march toward another exciting season. Stay passionate, keep waving those terrible towels, and as always, here we go, Steelers.